Welcome to Firebreathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode microplot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into the overarching macro plot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order and can skip any you don't enjoy. Today we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called Pirate Borg. It's our first time playing, so we might be guaranteed to. We might make some mistakes. If you enjoy these mechanics, you can find Pirate Borg on freeleaguepublishing.com. Build your own Pirate Borg character and play a game with friends. Speaking of friends, today we are joined by Muriel Marquith.
Oh, hi guys. It's just so nice to see all y'all.
Can you describe what you look like and what class you're playing as?
Oh, well, sure. So here on Pirate Borg, I'm playing a sorcerer, but I'm just a little old gnome in real life. You know, don't need to worry about my age. It's old. I've got really pretty white long hair. It's been white for a long time. So, I got some nice tan skin because I like being outside. Nice duds, as they would say. Pretty nice clothing. So, and maybe a little bit of drink in my hand once in a while. No big deal. I'm old. I'm allowed to.
Mm-hmm. Gilda Silverkeeper.
Well, isn't it a pleasure to meet you? I'm Gilda Silverkeeper. My profession, I suppose, is homemaker, although I understand there's a little bit of the druidic arts involved in that. I currently live in a rented room of a bakery in Nicomoy ever since I left home because my beloved spouse of over a century has decided that he has a favorite chair. And, well, you know, I wasn't quite done living, so here I am. And, you know, my son and his husband live here in Nicomoy as well, so it's very nice to get to see them and my grandson a little more often while I'm here.
Aw. And what class are you in Pirate Borg?
In Pirate Borg, I do not have a class. I am a landlubber.
Ooh, I love that. Did you know you didn't have to pick a class, you guys? It was an option. Yes. And you get some bonuses for not picking a class.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. And Tracey Cavorte. Is that how you pronounce?
Yes. I am Tracey Cavorte. But most people just call me Trace. Because I tell them to. Because that's also my sister's name. I have a very uncreative father. I am a very small stature. I am short, in other words of speaking. I'm a little jackrabbit type fella. I got big old horns coming out of my tiny little rabbit head. And I got, you know, regular brown fur runs in the Cavorte family. My friendly little piercing beady eyes. I usually wear some nice little overalls. I clean them up every now and then. Sometimes I find new ones. Where I find them is not important. Who I am is not really all that important. All you need to know is that I am a businessman. I come up with businesses. I run a lot of them into the ground. Sometimes on purpose. Most of the time not. And, that's where we're at. Hello, nice to meet you.
That's wonderful. And what class are you in Pirate Borg?
I am a rapscallion, of course.
Of course. I love your characters, all of you. The three of you are cramped into a tiny room. The floors, walls, and ceiling are constructed of brown planks of wood. There are 2 hammocks, a huge pile of coiled rope on the floor, and a locked door. Up, down, up, down. The whole room is bobbing gently. Above your head, upstairs, voices shout. Their shouts are muffled by the floorboard planks, and you can't make out any words. But you can hear the stomp, stomp, stomp. You hear the scraping and crashing of chairs being pushed aside, as multiple people stand up, shout at one another. The shouting and stomping grows distant and fades away. All is quiet for a minute, and then, boom! A massive explosion sound overwhelms your ears and lurches the wood under your feet. You stumble. Everyone, please test your toughness against a difficulty rating of 12 to see if you keep your feet. Oh, and for the listeners, I'll explain how this is done. They have stats in Pirate Borg. They have several, they're called abilities. And the standard difficulty in Pirate Borg is 12. You roll a d20 and you add your specific modifier for that ability. And if the overall result is 12, you succeed. And if it's 11 or lower, you fail. So for this is really simple welcome to Pirate Borg roll. You would stay standing on a 12, 13, 14. And you would fall to the ground on an 11, 10, 9.
Muriel gets... I've already started changing my my accent already. Muriel falls to the ground for sure. She got a -7.
Wait.
Not a -7. So sorry. A 7.
Oh, a 7. Okay. Yes, many of the modifiers in Pirate Borg are negative modifiers. Yes.
Gavote is doing fine. I got 15. I got a +1 to my toughness. I have 16.
Yeah.
Well, and my dwarven fortitude really helps me out here. So, rocks don't fall over that easily, and neither do I, dear.
You're allowed to roleplay if you'd like falling over, Muriel.
Oh, it's just a soft oof as she falls to the ground. She just oof. Oh no, not again. I might need a little bit of help if anybody can give me a hand.
I gotcha. Gavote reaches out a little tiny paw, although due to his short stature, that might not be much height.
So, fun fact, although Tracey is the shortest, it's by about 4 inches. We're all short.
We're all very short.
Gilda towers above you at 4'1".
Oh my god, you're so tall.
I have never felt more validated in my life.
Well, thank you, dear. Thank you for helping me. It's so embarrassing that I just, fell on the ground like that.
Ain't nothing about it. I tip my little hat, one of those flat caps, one of those very class, those flat caps. I have to explain it.
It's adorable. It's very fashionable.
It is.
Yes, I can. I was trying to figure out my sound. Thank you.
You guys are welcome to talk and explore the room.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for some kind of pre-scripted event. No problem. I'm gonna just very fancily put my hands on my hips and look around like, Not the first time I've been in this situation, to be honest. But this is pretty low stars, even for prison, or prison adjacent.
I wasn't aware that we were in prison. This seems like some sort of seafaring vessel.
Oh, really?
But maybe we should talk about how often you've been in prison? That sounds a little concerning.
Legally, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allegedly.
That is perfectly alleged. I never mentioned anything about being in prison.
There is wood floors, walls, and a ceiling. There are 2 hammocks. There's a huge pile of coiled rope on the floor, and there's a door.
I'm going to pick up the rope.
Noted. It's huge. It's as tall as you when you throw it over your shoulder.
Muriel's gonna try the door.
It is locked. And you look at that locked door knob in your hand, Muriel, that keeps you trapped in this small space. Your mind drifts back to how you got here. How did you end up locked up in a room of a Navy ship with cannons firing all around you? You remember now. And this part just says flashback sound effects. Woo! Let's flash back to the past, to a memory you all share. How did that go again? Let's roleplay it. Gilda and Muriel, you're role-playing as both yourselves if you want to, or just as the rigidly law-abiding naval captain and their trusty first mate. The captain's name is Rackham. Rackham. The first mate you can name. And Tracey, you're yourself. You're trying to get people who happen, you don't know this, to be Navy officers to buy some very valuable, definitely not drugs, ash. Unfortunately for you, your ash might be fake or real or fake. It's hard to tell without sampling it, which you are welcome to do. But one thing is for certain, this scene ends with Tracey and his 2 fellow fire-breathing kitten friends getting thrown in the brig. And go.
Excuse me, my fine friends. Can I interest you in some very legal but very interesting dust of some sort? I've got a good deal on it.
I'm going to take the captain here,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Go for it.
Dust, you say? Huh. Well, as it turns out, we're in the market for a certain type of dust. Specialty dust.
Oh, I see. I can tell discerning people when I see them. And I tell you, I'm selling more than just dust. These are dreams I'm selling. And it is of a very reasonable price. That I am more than willing to have you haggle at. You can go ahead and start naming prices. I'll just tell you when you're close.
Well, how much of this specialty dust are we talking about?
I have a lot for a number of people.
This is awfully vague.
Yeah. The first mate, who I will name George, pipes up and says, "That's not a very specific amount of people. We would like for you to be more specific."
It is
He's not very good at
exactly
undercover.
enough for 2 people plus extra for any other people.
Well, now listen. 2 people's a party. Really, 2 people's a date. But, my associate and I are more in the market for something that's commercially viable. Perhaps if you don't move that kind of quantity yourself, you could introduce me to your supplier and get a finder's fee.
Oh, what kind of finder's fee we talking here?
100 gold.
That sounds like a lot of money. I'm in.
And your supplier? How would we meet this person?
Well, I could very easily introduce you, but unfortunately, these are all stolen.
So no supplier then?
None but these little furry fingers.
So would you say that you yourself are, in this case, the supplier?
I would say that I have the gifts of hands that provide, so in that case, yes, I am a supplier.
Wonderful. Listen, obviously I don't carry that kind of cash on me. May I invite you and perhaps your companions to join me back on my ship to receive the payout? It's also better to do it there. It's a little bit more on the down low.
I gotcha.
We don't need prying eyes.
Oh, say no more. I've always been told it's always best to go to a second location.
I love that he's getting a finder's fee for finding himself.
Yeah. Completely agree. Well, do come with me. Bring your friends with you.
I will find some if I need to.
Like, Muriel and Gilda are doing what? We're shopping for yarn, and we just happen to be next to next to Tracey.
I think so.
Yep.
Maybe it's like as we see him being led off, we say, "Oh, Tracey, come, go, hold up. We'll come with you."
Wait, you're carrying our bags. Wait, come back.
Guys, I'm about to pay for the entire trip.
So I think it's pretty obvious how we ended up there.
Yeah. Are we going on a cruise? Oh, this is exciting.
Yes. Oh, did you bring your sun hat, Muriel?
Oh, I always have it on me. It's just got a giant floppy sun hat that's way too big for her because that's how you do as an old lady. Not that she has skin to protect anymore because it's all tan and weathered anyways, but she's trying.
Gilda's wearing
for
a
fashion.
bandana as like a very nice fashionable little scarf, you know.
And wearing your nice fashionable scarf bandana and your floppy giant sun hat, you are led into a room that is very small. And the door is closed behind you and locked.
Please tell
Perfect.
me, Tracey, are you looking for the 100 gold? Let's get locked in here.
This is one of those situations where they hide it in the location ahead of time. I get it. Okay. Give me a minute.
It's like an escape room, but not.
The gold has the key in it. These guys are clever.
I like how that scenario ended with you still having the ash, though. That's useful
Yeah.
for future combats, maybe. I don't know. Yes, that's how it happened. Now you're all caught up. That brings us back to the present moment. A loud boom overwhelms your ears, and the ship jerks suddenly. Distant muffled shouting can be heard from the ship levels above your heads. Crash! A cannonball erupts from the left wall, takes out one of the hammocks, and zips through the back wall. Splinters pierce the air. There's a 2-foot hole in each wall now, and the one that it exited out of shines in with bright sunlight, and you can see ocean waves.
Hey, we got a nice view now.
Oh, now we have a balcony cabin.
Hey, that just bumped it up a few stars in my books.
I don't think this is quite as safe as we were anticipating. This cruise seems to be a bit tumultuous.
That is indeed a word I would use to describe this situation. Tumultuous.
Perhaps we can get out of here.
Well, I mean, I still haven't found the gold, but if you want to leave, then I guess we can leave.
Yes, I think that might be a good idea.
I mean, it might be on one of the upper decks. Perhaps we should find that attractive-looking captain again.
That sounds like a plan, and I am always one for new plans.
Tracey, are you by any chance adept at opening locks?
Well, we can always find out. Where is the door hole on this particular door?
So I'll describe the room. On the left wall, I actually have this picture. I'm going to try to describe it. So you were in a very small room. If you were to lean against the curved wall that is the exterior of the ship, that's the back wall, right? In front of you would be the door, which is locked. That wall looks intact. The left wall has a 2-foot hole in it. That's an interior wall. The curved exterior wall has a 2-foot hole in it, and the right wall is intact.
And I am to assume the 2-foot hole are the cannonball holes.
Yes.
It's 2 feet across?
Yes.
Oh, that's easy for all three of us to go through.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
We're all pretty small.
We're all very compact.
I mean, well,
oh, look, a door.
I do have a bit of upholstery, but, I think I can squeeze.
We might have to abandon the upholstery.
I beg your pardon.
Not right now. I just want you to be prepared that we might have to leave it behind.
Muriel, what do you think I mean by upholstery?
Fabric?
No, dear. I'm talking about the padding, and I gently pat my midsection.
Oh, that must be a northern Nicomoy thing, because I've never heard it referred to as that before. Well, let's get going through this hole.
Which one?
Oh, interior,
not the one
I
with
think.
the ocean.
Probably the one facing away from the opposing ship.
Gilda, are you bringing the rope?
I'm going to try. I might have to push it through in front of me because it's bulky.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it goes through. It's actually a great test of the room beyond. I love it. You push the rope through first. It falls on the floor and nothing happens to it. It's a pile of rope. And you see beyond the rope a room similar to the one you were in, a bit larger. It has hammocks, barrels, chests, and more piles of rope.
More hiding spaces. Awesome.
For the inconvenience of locking us up and requiring us to crawl through a cannonball hole, perhaps we should take some recompense.
I getcha. You wanna run like an insurance scam of some type on these people. I am totally getting what you're putting down. I can act like I have a limp like nobody's business.
I point at the chest. I was thinking something a little more direct.
That also works.
She wants you to steal, dear. Open the chest.
Say no more. I go up to the chest and attempt to relieve it of its valuables.
Absolutely. Roll an ability check. Pick an ability, add your ability modifier. If it's a certain number or above, I will roll on this table of 100 things.
Is there a way I could apply agility to opening the chest?
Describe how you do it, and we'll see if it's convincing.
Okay. Well, I could outmaneuver the chest. I could outmaneuver the lock on the chest with my tiny paws / nails.
Yeah. So you use a nail?
Yes, I can use my nail and I can pick at the lock.
I buy it. Let's see that roll.
All right.
At first I thought you were like gonna duck and dodge and weave in a competition versus the chest, and I was like, I don't know.
That was my first thought, but then
Congratulations, you won. The chest does not move.
I have beaten the chest in a dance-off. Unfortunately, I have rolled a 1.
Ooh, you break a nail.
That was my favorite.
It's your favorite nail. All future lockpicking that you do for the rest of the session is going to be at -2 until you repair your nail.
Oh, I gotta get a manicure now. Oh man, these prices are racking up now. These guys are gonna pay.
Oh, manicures? Let's go get manicures.
Yeah,
That sounds way more exciting.
I agree.
I know some great places.
Does someone else want to try to open a chest?
Muriel can try. She'll pull out one of her knitting needles and see.
Yeah. What ability are you using for this?
Let's try strength.
Oh, yeah. You just jab that knitting needle right through that lock.
Right?
I can picture it.
No finesse. She got a 9.
Oh, that's not a 12 either.
Nope.
Darn, I have this whole table of things I want to give you.
I'm going to take out my musket
Oh my god.
and go for overkill. Oh, for heaven's sake. Any chance I could use anything other than strength or agility on this?
Oh, you guys have Devil's Luck. That's right.
Not a lot.
You can use
Landlubbers.
Devil's Luck to make any dice get re-rolled.
I have a D4.
Roll your d4 to see how many Devil's Luck you have for today, and that's how many points you have to spend.
Ah.
All right, what's your d4 result?
2.
You can spend 2. So, I mean, you'd still have one left if you want to spend one now.
Sure. Just to reroll? Is that what that's for?
You can spend it. There's this page called Devil's Luck in the book, and you can spend it basically any way you want. You can reduce the difficulty by 4 is one of the options.
Let's do
11, 10,
that.
9, 8. It would reduce it down to 8.
Okay.
What was your result?
My result was a 9 before.
Ah, so that's a guaranteed success. That's better than a reroll.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that then.
Okay, you find... Ooh, okay, I'm looking at table on page 60, and I see something that's perfect. You find precious cooking salts in a tiny chest. This has a high resale value of at least 20 gold, because they're very valuable herbs and spices.
Gilda, look. We can finally make that souffle we've always wanted to.
Oh, this is
I
wonderful.
don't even know if salt goes in souffle.
Oh, yes.
Salt goes in everything.
Okay.
It's salt?
Oh, this is wonderful. I can finally teach you how to season.
Oh, we're going to start this argument again. This is so rude. Every single time. Muriel starts sniffling.
I understand.
I know how to season.
I understand. It's a forest dwelling thing, but let me assure you that the fruits of the earth, aka salt, is essential to bringing out the real flavors of food.
I add salt. Okay, I add salt. I just don't add too much salt like some people. I like to have the flavor of the food involved, not just the salt.
Too much salt. I understood each individual word, but...
Anyways, we should move on before this gets physical.
This feels like a very important argument to both of you, but I'm pretty sure there's still cannon fire happening right now.
Boom. Crash.
Oh, very well.
That's right. There's a fierce ship-to-ship battle going on. The Navy ship you're on board, a man-o-war, is exchanging cannon blasts. I can't give you more until you look around. Right now, you're just in the bowels of the ship, subject to any incoming cannonballs that head your way.
Well, we'll take the salt and then scurry. Are there stairs? Did you say that there were stairs?
Yes.
Let's scurry on up those stairs, folks.
I can scurry with the best of them.
You arrive at a room with overturned chairs, a long table, and food still on the table. This is the main deck. You were on the lower deck before. And just to tell you guys, I don't know about real man-o-wars, but this one at least has a hold, a lower deck, a main deck, and a quarter deck. I learned all about boats for this. Called it a boat, just revealed how much I learned. And anyway, you're on the main deck now, which is still, like, down one.
What's on the main deck?
Overturned chairs, a table with food, and half-eaten food. Still warm. And more stairs.
Well, I like that. This cruise didn't even have a decent buffet. Let's go upstairs.
Nothing to find here from what I can see. Last time I tried to pick up a bunch of chairs and sell them to people, it didn't work out. Turns out a lot of people already have chairs.
It's a supply and demand thing.
Are there any bottles of, like, liquor or wine on the table?
Yes.
You know how pirates... Yes? Great. Muriel's taking them all.
That's wonderful because there is a grog drinking healing mechanic in this game.
Oh, wonderful.
You roll a d6.
Mm-hmm. Roll a d6 right now? Yes.
Yeah. For how many bottles of grog you get. Or rum, your choice.
5.
You get 5 bottles of rum or grog, and the very, very first like inner cover page has a section called Drinking Rum or Rum and Grog. You test your toughness DR8 plus the number of drinks you've had in the last hour to heal a D4 of hit points. Fail and you vomit for D2 rounds. And your agility is -1 for each drink. That lasts an hour per drink. So it's a way to heal and make yourself stumbly, maybe vomity.
Both options.
Perfect.
But healing is super important, so I'm glad you guys got those. If anyone else wants to pick up some rum and grog, I'll have you roll a d6.
I'll search. I didn't think there'd be anything in here. I thought we were hanging out with a bunch of locking up gold-giving people. But they got alcohol? I'll search.
Roll a d6.
I got a 5.
You got 5 bottles.
Nice.
Is there a galley nearby?
Is that the suspended cooking stove that doesn't burn a ship down?
The galley is where that stove is kept. It's the kitchen.
Yes. That's on this level.
I want to find their galley.
You're there.
I want to find their ingredients. We found some nice salts. What else do they have?
Okay.
You didn't know that this was going to be a cooking show, did you?
Okay, I'm going to do a quick search on Pirate Borg because it's got some pretty cool, like, small items. Okay, I have a thing. Can you roll 100, please?
I can roll 90.
Oh, you got a 90?
I got a 90.
Nice. That takes you to the random thing of importance on page 60. One sec.
Ooh.
You're going to be rolling again, but it's going to be for, like, a higher value item. Okay, roll again for out of 100. Ooh, this one's a big old table.
62.
62. Ooh. Okay, and roll another time. I'll give you the better thing.
23.
Ooh, okay. You have your choice between a carved arrowhead and a fossil of an extinct fish.
I will take the fossil.
You have acquired a fossil of an extinct fish. It is a precious item to the cook on board and will be reacted to as such.
Blackmail. Perfect.
And you also get some spices.
And some spices? All right.
In my experience, I usually find that the chefs keep fish with the meat still on them, but I guess we could use this too.
It was like framed. It was on a wall. It was, yeah.
That is a horrible way to store your ingredients.
Well, if we're done carousing for more ingredients that you're going to be mean to me about, maybe we should go investigate further.
Of course, to the place where all the sound is happening.
We'll head up the stairs.
Ah, they chose the stairs. Okay.
We've made the wrong choice.
No, there were two choices. There was the outside and then the inside.
I would like to back up and not go down the stairs.
No. It's fine. If you arrived from the outside of the boat with the rope, people would not have seen you. But you arrive from the stairs. Everybody will see you. Okay.
Great.
There's a fierce ship-to-ship battle going on. The Navy ship you're on board, a man-o'-war, is exchanging cannon blasts with a smaller, nimbler sloop. Can one of the players please roll a d6 to determine the turn order?
I'll do that. 6.
Excellent. We're going to do that every turn, by the way. All right, 6. That means that you guys will go first. The ship-to-ship combat rules of Pirate Borg are simple. First, the captain moves the ship, and you can see over at the steering wheel, there's a captain. So, as we play Theater of the Mind, the distance between ships is not one of the most exciting things for us to do, so I'm going to let Captain Rackham deal with maneuvering the ship. And then the captain moves the ship, and then the non-captain players each choose one unique crew action from the list of 10 possible crew actions. That's the second thing that happens. And then any ship that didn't take 2 crew actions takes up to 2. So captain moves, player characters take a crew action. Every ship gets at least 2 crew actions. That's how ship-to-ship combat works. Is everybody ready? Do you have the page with crew actions up? No? Okay, it's on page 75. Crew actions. You can fire broadsides. You can fire small arms. You can full sail. You can come about. You can drop anchor. You can weigh anchor. You can repair. You're not close enough to boarding party just yet. And you can ram, and you can something else. Use a relic, use a ritual, inspire the crew, sing, hide, whatever you want.
It's on page 49 of the player guide for anyone using that instead.
Good to know. All right, so whoever wants to go can. You guys are going to go first, and then the sloop will go because of the initiative that Gilda rolled. Oh, sorry. You add, for ships, you add the agility, which is a +2 for a sloop and a -2 for a man-of-war. But you said like a 5 or a 6?
We rolled a 6.
Okay, can you roll a second dice for the sloop?
Also a 6.
Then the sloop goes first, actually. Okay, they are going to fire broadsides at you. Okay, the DM doesn't roll any dice in this game, so I'm just going to be like, can you guys roll for me? Because, can you please roll? The skill is a -1, so please roll a d20.
12.
-1 is 11, plus presence. If there are players. There aren't players. Okay. So they miss you. You see a cannonball scream as it goes overhead. Whew! They're going to take a second action, which is repair. Seems like they're doing great. They seem like they're at max hit points. That ends their turn.
That's why they're doing a repair?
Yeah. They are hammering and putting some boards up, and they look fine. There's no holes in their boat. You can quick hammer. They can recover a d6 of hit points, or they can fix misfired cannons. They do that. Now it's you all's turn on the man-o'-war.
I don't know about the rest of you, but it seems to me that the ship we're on has 2 rather significant holes in it, in the hull, and the other ship seems to be doing very well. Perhaps we would like to be on that ship instead of this one that tried to capture us.
Can you change your cruise mid-cruise?
I mean, if we're convincing enough.
But I think the real question is, would they have hidden the gold on the other ship? That just seems like a lot of work.
Also, we're not close enough to get onto the other ship, so we can't leave this one yet.
Well, that seems just a matter of steering, doesn't it?
You're gonna steer this ship into the other ship so we can get on that ship and leave this ship behind?
It seems like the fastest way.
That is exactly what I am planning to do.
That is an option.
Okay, that sounds like a great plan. Let's do that.
Of course, fastest way to get from point A to point B, to drive at point B.
Precisely.
You have the mechanics. You can do it.
So I would like to, and I don't know if I need to like do anything fancy here to essentially maneuver us so that we are touching the sloop and can form a boarding party.
There are two things you can do that will get you closer to that sloop. So first off, I should say the sloop has a speed of 5. It's very fast. The man-o'-war has a speed of 3. So without your assistance, it's unlikely that the Captain Rackham would be able to catch up to the sloop because the sloop is faster. But because you are player characters, it's like the universe is broken around you, you can full sail and you can ram. The full sail will add a test ship agility plus player character agility, DR12, to let you move 1 extra hex. If you do that for 2 rounds, you can catch up to the sloop.
So the sloop doesn't intend to board us?
The sloop's also coming at you, but like in like a we want to blow you apart a lot first sort of way.
I see. Okay.
Then I think it makes sense for me to full sail. However I do that, I got pretty good agility.
Ah, yeah. And you can still, you can do something else. There's actually
You can do
songs
2
you can
actions.
sing that make ships faster too. Okay, so we'll let you look up a song, and we'll let Tracey, you have like a +3 agility, right?
Right?
Good party contribution. All right.
So I roll now? Okay, I rolled a 3.
+3,
That's a 6.
plus the ship's agility, which is -2. You got any devil's luck?
I have to. I assume I'll need all of it.
So you can spend a point of devil's luck to do one of 5 things.
And for the group, what are one of those 5 things?
Deal max damage with 1 attack. Reroll any dice, including your opponent's. Lower one's test by 4 difficulty. Neutralize a crit or a fumble. Or lower damage dealt to you by a d6.
I will reroll.
Okay. You spend 1 devil's luck and you reroll. What's your new dice roll?
I rolled a 10, which is much better.
What?
So it's 13.
It's 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus the ship's agility, which is -2.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Okay, so you don't full sail, but that's okay. Maybe Gilda will have something. You just need 2 rounds of closing that gap.
Well, I'm not nearly as agile as Tracey. And I'm really more concerned. I'm very concerned that we're going to drown. Like, this ship has a couple holes in it, right?
It does.
It's taken some damage. A poor old man came riding by, and we say so, and we hope so. A poor old man came riding by, oh, poor old horse. Says I, old man, your horse will die, and we say so, and we hope so. Says I, old man, your horse will die, old poor horse. You want me to keep going?
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. If you want to. Woo! That was Dead Horse. I recognize
That was
it.
Dead Horse. Which I think recovers some of the ship's hit points.
It absolutely does. As you sing, for some reason, narrate the repairs. I guess
So-
maybe you're motivating the crew.
I'm singing and as I help with repairs. And the ship recovers 5 hit points and misfired cannons are repaired.
Amazing. That big old hole you were worried about in the exterior wall, the crew and you sing as you hammer planks over it. And now even if the ocean sprays up against that hole, it won't get in. And that was the first round of combat. So you guys, if you get closer for 2 rounds, you can close that distance. Okay, let's do the second round of combat. Somebody roll for initiative.
It's a D6, right?
Yes.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, that's for the man-o'-war. That means that's a 4 overall. Now roll again for the sloop.
I rolled a 4.
+2, that's a 6 overall. So the
Okay.
sloop goes first. They're maneuverable, they're small, they're fast.
Modifiers are really getting me today.
Yeah. So the first thing that they do is they fire broadsides at you. Somebody please roll a d20.
I'll roll a 16.
All right, -1 is 15. They hit you. Please roll a d6.
Oh no. That's a 5.
The man of war takes 5 damage.
Great.
So glad we repaired it.
Yes, because now there's a new hole. The new hole is that the mermaid on the front, where, you know, Jack and in the movie Titanic and Rose stood up on the front. Yeah,
The
that got
figurehead. It's
blasted.
called a
Yeah,
figurehead.
the figurehead gets blasted off by a cannonball, which isn't a sinking sort of problem, but it's kind of sad.
Oh no, not the figurehead.
By the way, what is our crew's skill?
For a man of war, it's +2.
Okay. Great. Because I just looked up the rules on the sea shanty. We can do that a number of times equal to 1 plus the captain's spirit.
Yeah, the captain in this game is running a podcast, so you guys can sing as much as you want.
Yeah. Okay. But there's a crew skill check with a DR of 12, and I rolled a 10. If the skill is +2, then we made it.
Oh, that's right. Sea shanties can fail for non-podcast people.
Yeah.
Listeners at home, your sea shanties might fail. But if I make these people sing on air, I'm giving it to them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you
Look,
for singing.
I accept the possibility of failure when anytime I sing, there is a possibility for failure. Let's face it.
Okay.
I
Hey, it
considered
It was a
that
beautiful
possibility.
song.
The second thing the sloop is going to do is they don't need to repair anything. So they are going to fire small arms at you. They're going to test their ship cruise skill. Can someone please roll a d20?
Sure. 7.
-1 is 6. They
Oh, I'm
don't-
sorry. No, that was a 1, not a 7.
Ooh,
My
a
dice are hard to
critical
read.
failure.
Very different number.
Critical
It's a very-
failures. So instead of attacking with each of the ship's small arms attacks, a critical failure on a ship battle means that they misfire and a damaged weapon must be repaired before it can fire again. You've taken their small arms out. They actually can't fire their small arms at you until they repair them.
Nice.
But also, I mean, we don't necessarily, we're not loyal to the ship we're on, right? So,
But they are trying to destroy it.
well, these people locked us up. I kind of want to destroy them too. So,
But if they're trying to destroy a ship, we have no guarantee that they won't also want to lock us up.
Muriel,
As of
you're
right now,
such a pessimist.
I don't
I'm
think
just
so.
saying, both sides seem very aggressive, and I don't know which one is more likely to not kill us. So until we determine that part, maybe we should stick with the devil we know? Sort of?
You have a good point, and perhaps more to the point. Both of these ships clearly need some time out.
Yes. They've been very naughty.
And with that, it's your turn.
Well, then Muriel's gonna sidle on over and fire the broadsides?
Absolutely, the big cannons.
She likes them big. What should I roll, dear?
Roll a d20.
Sure.
Add your presence.
My presents. Oh, I didn't know I had presents. That would be a 19, 17 plus 2.
Excellent. And your ship's skill is added to that, so that is a 21 overall. You succeed so much. Describe the cannons.
They're big and black and metal and heavy, and they go boom, and it's very loud. She has to turn her hearing aid down.
And they're so effective that, no, because it's the Navy, you get superior firepower. We get to increase the attack dice by 1 size, like from a d6 to a d8. So go ahead and roll 3 d10s.
Oh my. The total is 27.
Holy cow. That's amazing. The sloop is like, let me just say, very badly damaged from that. On a scale of which boat's gonna sink sooner? Well,
It's probably the sloop.
yeah.
Muriel just goes, oh, Gilda, did you see that?
Well, quite.
She's so mad.
That's a lot of damage.
Muriel is very proud of herself right now. Anyways, she takes a celebratory swig of something in her canister. Canister? What are they called?
Flask.
Flask. Do we still have one more action, or are those both the actions?
Everybody goes once. So far we've just fired broadsides. Do we want to get closer to them?
Tracey,
Tracey, you want to scooch us closer?
Of course, I'll full sail. I roll my agility now, right?
Yes, roll a d20 and add your agility.
All right, I rolled an 18 this time.
Oh my goodness, that's much better.
So at 21.
Perfect. You actually do get closer this time. This ship is slow and stodgy. It's a huge man of war. It doesn't move very fast, but you've been trying for a while now, and it's finally moving. It sails so far. It gets so close to that sloop. Gilda, technically, if you just move them a little bit closer, you'll reach.
So but it's not touching yet.
Not touching yet. Got one difference in unit. Yeah.
What does inspire the crew do?
I don't know, but I do know there are several sea shanties that will get you there.
Okay.
Probably a sea shanty is what inspire the crew is. Because the sea shanties have a mechanical effect.
Okay.
And they are inspiring.
Okay. That's okay. I am going to, because look, agility, not my thing. PC agility would not be helpful here. But firing small arms is something I think I can do. And I have small arms. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. You said the crew skill is 2?
Yes. Just to let you know, if you sink the sloop, you can't join them. So,
I would assume that's a given.
yeah.
Are they close to being sunk?
Yes, they are. But if they have a moment to recover, they wouldn't get sunk. So if you double tap them right now,
okay,
it's different. It's different than
then
if you,
instead I will inspire the crew to repair. So
okay, are you taking the repair action or are you
Yes.
inspiring? Okay.
No, I'm taking the repair. I'm describing it as inspiring the crew because it does use the crew skill and PC presence. And I rolled a 14 with my presence. That makes it 17. The crew skill is +2. 19. We recover D6 hit points. Or misfired cannons.
What new figurehead do you hoist up?
I only repair 2 hit points of the ship. So I think in this case we're less worried about the figurehead and more worried about other damage to the ship. You know,
Speak for yourself.
I
am very concerned about the figurehead. I can be the figurehead. I have got a perfectly figurehead-shaped body.
Tracey climbs up there. You got a jackalope out front.
To demonstrate, I point out a little finger as if tied to a part of the ship. It's a glorious sight, I assume. I'm not hearing any no's, so.
Again, I'm more concerned about function than form, so you do what you need to do, Tracey.
I'll put it on the back burner for now.
All right, and that ends the player's turn. Can you roll a d6 for the man of war and a d6 for the sloop?
I will roll for the man of war. I got a 1.
There is no possible number the sloop could roll that would not make it go first. Okay, the first thing that they're going to do is repair their ship. So can you guys please roll a d20?
I'll roll it. A 1.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay, they drop the hammer into the ocean. And they start singing. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. They gain a devil's luck. And they're going to use that. They gain 2 devil's luck. Nice. That they can use like a PC. They're going to neutralize a crit or fumble, which means roll again.
Roll again?
Yeah. We're going to redo that
Another
repair.
D20? Okay. 7.
Okay, 7 is better. It's not super great, though. And, they have a second devil's luck. Reroll it. Reroll any dice roll.
2.
What the heck?
I'm not kidding.
Okay. The pirates are looking frustrated. It's your guys' turn. You can catch up to them if you want to do that.
I want us to catch up to them so we can board.
Yeah.
If you board, you can repair their ship.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not doing the job right.
I do not understand Gilda's plan here. Are we destroying them? Are we not destroying them? What's happening?
No, you've done a wonderful job slowing them down enough so we can catch up and board their ship and,
Oh, that's right.
Not-
Because if they were fully healed, like, you guys couldn't catch a sloop with a man of war. Yeah. Yeah, it's because they're slightly damaged.
But now that we're nearly caught up, now it's time to, change our cruise line.
Tracey, roll a d20.
Right. I've rolled a 13.
13.
Yes.
Plus 3 minus 2 is greater than 12. You have full sailed. You've moved 1 extra hex. This allows the man of war to catch up to the sloop. Now, I will say the pirates did not expect this. They have a very maneuverable sloop. How did the man of war catch? It's a look at it. It's huge. How did it catch up to this sloop? So the 2 ships have danced and weaved and ducked and dodged, and over the course of this incredibly exciting and charged ship-to-ship battle that took out the figurehead, it took out the hull of the boat, it's almost taken out the sloop, they've gotten close enough to one another to touch. The pirates on board the sloop, well, they're pirates. They raise a plank, they connect the 2 vessels, and they swarm on board the Navy man-of-war. Red uniformed Navy officers are fighting pirates wearing a variety of clothes. On your left, a red coat uniformed brunette. If you guys want to write this down, these are like options for you. On your left, a red coat uniformed brunette is fighting a bushy mustachioed man wearing an eye patch. On your left, a red coat uniformed brunette is fighting a bushy mustachioed man wearing an eye patch. On your right, a red coat uniformed man with bouncy corkscrew hair is crossing swords with a vixen, and she is wearing a paisley bandana. So on your right, there's a man with bouncy corkscrew hair crossing swords with a vixen wearing a paisley bandana. And at the helm, someone who rushed towards the captain's spot. An older, I'd say 4'5", attractive salt and pepper sea dwarf wearing an outfit like Jack Sparrow is wrestling at the steering wheel with a person you recognize from the flashback as the captain. And they are shouting at one another. The redcoat captain shouts, "Firebreathing kittens!" You recognize Captain Rackham. "I never thought I'd be happy to see your faces, but here we are. Pirates are trying to steal our tax dollars. Help us fend off the pirates, and I will personally put in a good word for the judge to lessen your sentence to only 1 year in jail instead of 3. The attractive older sea dwarf shouts, "Ha! You call that a tempting offer, Captain?" To you all, he shouts, "Join us, and you'll get your share of the gold."
Now, hold on a second. I was promised 100 gold.
We pay
Is
more
that
than
included?
that.
I like that word. More? I'm with you.
I like the one that doesn't include jail time. And a pretty handsome offer at that. Muriel wink at the sea dwarf.
Oh, he winks back. He smiles, and he's got a gold tooth.
I look over at Captain Rackham. I've spent far too much time locked away to truly be looking forward to that. So sorry, Captain, but we do need to go. Bye-bye.
Prison has changed us. We are not the same people.
We were in prison for a total of like 10 minutes.
That's like 30 years in prison years.
The food was terrible.
Oh, no. They didn't even give us food.
Yes, and precisely. That's exactly the problem. If you give your guests a little tea, some refreshment, they hardly even notice that they've been captured. Anyway, sloop captain, what should we call you?
You can call me Calico Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Well, Mr. Jack, if you don't mind, we'd like to, and I gesture at the sloop.
Oh, please, on board. But you may notice, and then he's like wrestling the steering wheel. Somebody's like, on the left, there's people fighting for their lives right now. But if you want to repair their boat, that is very mechanically advantageous.
Oh, you want us to help them. Oh.
You have to pick a side to help right now. As a GM, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm gonna board the sloop with the intention of doing repairs next round. That's my intention. So that's where I'm going.
That makes sense for you, Gilda, especially because this sloop desperately needs repairs. I didn't tell you, but it has 30 hit points. So that 27 was like a lot.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
So I absolutely will let you repair the ship. So you can continue to do a crew action each turn. And then for you guys, you can do... So technically in Pirate Borg, you're supposed to stop doing crew actions once you start doing the boarding party thing, which they did. But this ship has 3 hit points. So we're going to continue to let you repair it. Yeah, so you can fight people, you can repair the ship, and you can do something else. Whatever you want to do.
If I sing the Drunken Sailor shanty, it says that it gives -4 to a ship crew's stats, right? Something like that.
One of the ship's crew skills is -4, right? So
Yes. But if I choose the ship that we're technically a part of the crew of, does that affect us?
You get to pick which ship's crew, I think, because it says
Right.
one
If
ship's
I
crew. So if you're like,
Okay.
screw
but
those Navy guys,
Now,
or
right.
forget those pirates.
Yes.
yeah,
But now we're technically a part of the pirates, so if I pick the Navy guys, it won't affect us, right?
you can pick whichever ship you want, but I don't think we're going to be doing any more crew actions. We've got people locked in hand-to-hand combat. They're going to be doing their own... I've got stats for them, like cutlass, harpoon. They're going to be like fighting hand-to-hand.
It was the one shanty I memorized.
You will have another chance to sing in this adventure.
Hi.
But they're not using their crew skill right now. Yeah.
Muriel will go aid the Calico Jack.
Okay, that's good that you're aiding Calico Jack, because the Redcoat Navy Captain Rackham, she has a cutlass and a dueling pistol. So I'm going to put you over there. Muriel is over there. Gilda's going on the other ship, right? To do some repairs. And just to get an idea where everybody is, Tracey, what are you doing?
I am also going to board the ship.
Okay, only one person can do each crew action each turn, so are you going to sing?
Oh. What are the remaining actions again?
Just singing. And a special GM allowance of repairing. So other things you could do is there's a ranged combat going on, and there's a melee combat going on. So let me just read this back to you. There's a brunette in a red uniform and a mustachioed eye patch person. They're using a cudgel and a cutlass against one another. There's a uniformed person with bouncy corkscrew hair using a cutlass against a vixen wearing a paisley bandana who's using a harpoon.
Okay.
As an idea, Tracey, I don't know if the GM will allow this, but you could drop anchor, which will make the man of war stop.
Okay.
It'll be easier for us to get away.
Well, yes. It would rip the boats apart.
Right. And you're still on the boat and it would keep you going forward and we would stay here. And are you just trying to escape, Gilda?
Gilda's own adventure.
Don't leave me here.
Trying to escape
Nah.
the man of war.
I will not be the
But
prologue
we're
of someone else's
still
story.
on the man.
There's only 3 people left on the Man of War. There's the brunette, there's the corkscrew hair, and there's Captain Rackham. You don't know where the first mate is. There might be a 4th hidden person in the ropes. Shh. But there's only 3 people left. Come on, you got this.
I'll join the combat.
Yeah.
I'll draw my sword and I attack one of those red-coated people. I don't mean to be rude. I'm sorry, that came out as some kind of rude thing.
Right or left?
The left.
Left. Okay. That, on your left, a red coat uniformed brunette is fighting a bushy mustachioed man wearing an eye patch. What do? You roll a d20 and you add your strength for your melee attack.
Question. I would like to add some sauce to my attack. Is it possible for me to do one of those really fancy things where I run at, like, the side of the ship, grab one of the ship ropes, and, like, swing up into an arc and slash at the brunette in the coat in a very pirate attack?
Yes, I will give you 2 options. You can either normal attack with a DR 12, or you can double your attack with a DR 14, but you'll deal double damage if that hits, with your cool slashing.
But another reason why I ask is because one of my rapscallion abilities is if I do an acrobatic movement first, I get a bonus to the thing. I don't remember the details. Give me one more.
Oh, absolutely. Use your class. Yeah. So I'm not super familiar with each of your classes. But yeah, one of the cool things about Pirate Borg is you can adjust the difficulty rating and try more difficult things to get a better payoff. You can absolutely use class abilities too. So what? You're a rapscallion? A rapscallion. Okay, I see your page.
Oh, here it is. Cut the voice for a second. So as long as I pass a DR10 agility test, I automatically deal 2 damage.
Nice.
That sound good?
That sounds great. This red coat uniformed brunette, just to let you know, has 4 hit points. That's half. And she's facing another person too, so that's quite your share. Yes. Describe your acrobatic move and whether or not you pass the DR10, which you should. You got +3 agility.
I rolled a 10. So with my +3, that should be 13.
Absolutely.
So automatic 2 damage there, and then I just rolled the strength check after.
I think it just deals the damage, right? It said automatic, so you don't need a strength check?
I'll take it.
Yeah. Describe what happened. Did you hit her with a sword?
As I'm gracefully flying through the air, I do like a cool sort of like ice lambada. Is that real? I don't know. I do it and I spin while I do it and I slash the brunette on the shoulder area.
Yeah, which surprises her and makes it harder for her to defend against the bushy mustachioed eye patch person who's going to use their cutlass. Can somebody roll a d20?
I got you. Sorry, it would help if I actually rolled it so it doesn't end up cocked. 10 on the die.
Okay, well, they miss maybe because of the surprise from the acrobatic attack. The red coat brunette, can you roll for their attack? They have a cudgel.
12.
Oh, they hit. So the cudgel attack hits the eye-patched person. Can you roll a d4?
4.
Oh my gosh. We're looking at an eye-patched person just getting cudgeled right in the head. The eye-patch, like, gets left behind for a second, like in slow-mo. As the head moves. And then the elastic, or the cloth of the eye patch, pulls it back. And they go down from 7 to 3 hit points. We've got a red coat brunette with 2 hit points and a cudgel, and a mustachioed eye patch wearing pirate with 3 hit points and a cutlass, and Tracey in the mix. That ends Tracey's turn. Good. I'm glad we're resolving stuff. Let's do, because the captain is with Muriel, let's do the repair first. Can you roll for the repair? Gilda?
Are we on the new round?
Same round.
Oh, because that was the round that I did the boarding party.
Oh, yeah.
That was my action, was to
Okay.
get over there.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Muriel, you're with Redcoat Navy Captain Rackham and the Salt and Pepper Sea Dwarf Calico Jack. They're wrestling over the steering wheel while also slashing at one another with cutlasses.
I would like to bonk the captain on the head with my belaying pin, please.
All right.
I'm going to hit him. Stop attacking him. That's so rude. D20, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. That is a 12. My strength is a -1. That makes it an 11.
That misses.
Do I add my belaying pin D4 onto it?
That would have been damage if you had hit.
Damage. Got it. Cool. She misses.
You miss. But now the captain knows your intention.
Oh, no.
The captain's going to slash at you. Please roll a d20.
Oh, no. An 11.
They miss. But they slashed at you. You dodge by, I guess there's a steering wheel that you're all rotating around. And you very narrowly avoid getting stabbed.
That's... I can't believe you would attack an old woman.
Rude.
Did your mother not teach you better?
And then, Gilda, you're safe on the other ship. You're going to be repairing, so you're not going to be the target of attacks. But there's someone in the crow's nest. It's the first mate, George. George is going to... Can you roll a d20 for me, Tracey's player?
Oh, right, that's me.
New
10.
season, new character names. We're all confused.
I rolled a 10.
A 10 means that you feel the bullet whiz past your eye as the first mate in the crow's nest narrowly misses you.
All right. I both hope and do not hope that leaves a mark. If it would be cool, then yes.
Was he shooting at Gilda or at Tracey?
Tracey. Did I say that wrong?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Gilda's on the other boat, so Gilda's not
Got it.
subject to sniping attacks. Yes. Okay, now it brings us to the top of the round. Can someone roll a d6? And if it's a 1 to 3, so we're in melee combat. We're not using ship stats. So if it's a 1 to 3, the enemies go first, and if it's a 4, 5, or 6, your team goes first. You guys have teamed up with the pirates, so the enemies would be the redcoats.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, let's repeat that sniper shot. Tracey, roll a d20.
That's still me. Okay, gotcha. D20. I rolled a 20.
Oh no.
That's bad.
That's very bad. That's very bad. I mean, it's only 2d4, but it's a critical. So, all right, here's what happens on a critical. On a critical, on a defense, the player on an attack or on a defense? Okay, so you are rolling for an attack. Yeah. Deals double damage, and then your armor is reduced 1 tier. Now, you don't have any armor, but you can take double damage. So roll 4 d4s and add them all together, and that's how much damage you take.
That's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. I just have one question for you. How much hit points do you have? And I guess it's 2 questions. Is it the same or more than that?
It's a bit more.
It's a bit more.
Because
Criticals
altogether
are-
that's 10, and I have 6 hit points.
Okay. Yeah. So do you have any devil's luck left?
I do. I have 1 devil's luck. So I can use that to neutralize the critical?
You can. You can use it to do 5 things. You can deal max damage with 1 attack, reroll any die roll, including an enemy's, lower a test difficulty by 4, neutralize a critical or a fumble, or you can lower the damage to you by a d6.
I will neutralize the critical. That feels
Okay.
like the safest option.
Well, if you make them reroll, they might not even hit you.
But I could also roll a 20 again, and I'll be honest, my luck is normally the kind that does do that to me, so I'm not going to risk it.
The opposite of a gambler. Guaranteed is better. Okay. So you neutralize the critical. So go ahead and roll 2d4. This could still kill you with 6 hit points.
It's a 3,
Oh,
so that's still not doing good, but I'm at least half still alive.
You're half still alive. That's much better than very dead.
Half alive is better than extremely dead.
It's better than extremely dead. And so that the listeners know, in Pirate Borg, you don't have to have permanent character death. You can do what's called a optional class, Haunted Soul, and then you can come back as a ghost, a conduit, an eldritch mind, a zombie, a vampire, or a skeleton. So, kind of neat. You wouldn't have permanent... Tracey would still be here. Tracey might be a skeleton, but you know. So.
I am a lot less cute with just my bones.
That's true. Your fur is half the charm.
I know, but the horn is most of it. The horns are most of the charm.
You could come back as a lucky rabbit's foot.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I would not want to have to go through that. You know, they never think about the rabbit that foot came from. That was not so lucky for them.
That's true. The Redcoat Navy Captain Rackham is going to try to cutlass at Muriel again. Muriel, roll a d20.
I'm gonna have words with your mother.
Oh no.
He got a 2.
That does not hit you. And
That's a relief.
the vixen wearing a paisley bandana is going to be attacked by the redcoat with bouncy corkscrew hair. Can somebody roll a d20?
I got it. 8.
That misses. The brunette's going to cudgel at the mustachioed eye patch pirate. Somebody roll a d20.
I'll do it. It is a 7.
Man, these redcoats can't hit. Got some stormtroopers over here. Now,
Totally.
it's your team's turn. Let's start with Gilda trying to repair that boat.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Crew skill plus PC presence. What is the crew skill for the sloop?
A -1.
I got a 19 on the dice. My presence is +3, -1, so 21.
That is much better than a 12. Absolutely, you repair the boat.
It recovers 3 hit points.
Great, it's up to 6.
Great.
Muriel's broadsides.
The vixen wearing a paisley bandana is going to try to hit the redcoat with the bouncy corkscrew hair with a harpoon. Somebody roll a d20.
I'll do it. 14.
That absolutely hits. Roll a d8. This might be the end of the bouncy corkscrew hair redcoat.
Oh.
8.
8. Wait, 8?
Yeah, I rolled a d8.
Oh my gosh. They get harpooned and go flying off the boat into the ocean.
Oh no.
But so does the harpoon. It's good news.
Now they're fish food.
Now they're to Davy Jones's locker with ye.
Sayonara.
A morale check. It's time for a morale check for the brunette, whose HP was reduced to, I guess, a third. What's a third? Is it 1 or 2 of 4? I guess it would be 1, right?
It'd be 1, because 2 would be half.
Yeah, they keep fighting. All right. And we haven't gone down to half of the redcoats yet, so there's no morale check overall for the group. So the eye patch pirate tries to swipe at the brunette. Somebody roll a d20 for that.
I got it. 16.
They absolutely hit them. Please roll a d6.
6.
Oh, wow. The redcoat uniformed brunette is down and is not at 0 hit points, shall we say, which is a special thing in the board games. It's negative, so they're just dead. Maybe they'll come back as a rabbit's foot, but...
This is a new reincarnation.
Now with 2 of the
All gonna
crew
be
down,
haunted.
it's time for a morale check. So, can somebody please roll 2d6?
Sure. 2d6. 10.
If you roll greater than the creature's morale value, it is demoralized. Success. Roll d6 to see if the redcoats flee or surrender.
Just 1 d6? Okay. 2.
They flee. They literally, like, you know how one person just got harpooned and off the boat?
I recall.
There's a little lifeboat at the side of this man of war, and they literally, like, slash the rope for the lifeboat 'cause it's a quick release. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a good lifeboat. And they hop into it. The first mate, way up in the crow's nest, George swings on a rope There,
appropriate.
there we
Nice.
go. Right into the
Does
boat.
he yodel as he does so?
Good thing there are no trees
wonderful.
up here.
Muriel, you were exchanging cutlass blows with the redcoat Navy Captain Rackham. You see him or her turn. Are they a girl or a guy? What
You
gender
said
are they?
girl earlier, so
You've described them with a feminine pronoun before.
She abandons ship and she runs off the boat. She does the full like pointed finger dive. It's so graceful, no splash, 10 out of 10. And then surfaces next to the lifeboat with the first mate. And they've got the harpoon person in there too. And like the person who had, they pull them on board. And they start rowing. The battle is over. Woo!
woohoo!
You guys won. And now you have plenty of time to fix the sloop because you have 2 boats now. Joining us for part 1, we're Gilda.
Hello.
Muriel.
I'm glad to be here.
Tracey.
I'm beginning to think that these guys were not ever gonna pay me.
And we have a review.
We do indeed. So thanks to our listener and reviewer whose name is apparently a series of emojis. Smiley face, upside down smiley, diamond, diamond, upside down smiley, smiley face. Says, my favorite character is all of them. P.S. I think Nug's idea is very interesting, and I think I would like to make a character that can't talk. That is very cool and inspiring, and I like the poetry. Thank you so much for your review and your shout out to Nug. As Nug's player from last season, I am deeply touched.
Yay. Leave us a review on iTunes and we'll read it on air. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, gratitude to my therapist, Javier, for helping me navigate life's challenges and find inner peace. Your empathy is a gift. End quote. You can arrange for us to read your shout-out at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Did you know we have paperback, ebook, hardcover and audiobook adaptations of our adventures on Amazon and Audible? Is there an episode of Fire-Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile? Well, telling them about it would help us quite a lot. Thank you.
Welcome back to Pirate Borg. Joining us for part 2 of Pirate Borg are Tracey.
Right? Me?
Gilda.
Well, it certainly is nice to be here.
And Muriel.
Did everybody bring snacks?
And we had a volunteer for recounting what happened in part 1 because here at Firebreathing Kittens, we don't expect you to have complete, perfect memory. So what happened?
And that is the last thing you can expect from me. But I'll try. So, last time on Fire-Breathing Kittens, we got arrested. Probably. We did get led into a locked room after I attempted to sell what is probably drugs. Definitely drugs. You know, we're past the legal point at this point. We got locked up, but then a friendly cannonball burst open part of the wall for us. We were able to get through. I broke a nail on a chest. Dance off was suggested, but not pursued. And we got some salt out of it. Or was that... Yeah, we got salt out of it. We went up the stairs and found a dead fish fossil and got some grog. I got some grog. We got some grog. I think 10 grog in total. We went up again and there was fighting happening. There's still the cannonballs. There was a sloop of pirates attacking the main ship, and we won. Somebody got harpooned. Don't think they won. And they all ran away, and we met Calico Jack, the captain, and I've still got drugs. Does that sum it up?
Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. You guys are standing on the toppest most level of this ship. Oh wait, it's called the quarterdeck. With Calico Jack, a salt and pepper sea dwarf standing 4 feet 5 inches tall.
So tall.
Towering over the rest of us.
Yeah, he is. And you also have successfully saved the mustachioed eye patch pirate and the vixen wearing a paisley bandana. So you have 3 friends now as opposed to 0. They could have died. It was an option. And you've scared off 1, 2, 3, 4 redcoats, including the Navy Captain Rackham, who has fled on a dinghy. You can see them now using their oars to paddle away back to Nicomoy. The pirate captain, Calico Jack, shares some grog with the 2 survived. Every pirate survived, and they clink their glasses and they hold out grog for you too. This will recover your hit points if you are down in hit points, but there's a chance you can vomit. So, would you like some grog?
I like those odds.
Muriel will take it just to take it. Not because she's hurt, because she isn't.
Same. I'm not hurt, but I am a bit peckish. I wouldn't mind a bit of a libation.
Got a little bit of a cotton mouth going on.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere.
Right?
In true tradition, Muriel and I pull out the books from our book club that we haven't read, because that's what you do. You pretend to read a book and then drink.
It's really a drinking club with a reading problem.
Yes. You say test our toughness?
Yes, test your toughness. DR8. It's a pretty easy roll. And this is a great time to remind you all to think of 3 title ideas by the end of part 2 each.
I got a 14.
Fantastic. You recover. Go ahead and roll a D4 and you recover. Well, you're fine.
I have no health issues. Yep.
So the DR was 8, you said?
Yes, for toughness.
Yeah, so I rolled a 6 on the die. My toughness is +1, so I have a 7. 7, I tell you.
Sea legs don't come naturally to everyone, as you find yourself at the railing, hopefully, unless you want to just... I mean, you could just go here, but you are going to vomit for D2 rounds, so roll a D2 and...
2!
What a flavorful game this is. Tracey.
Does not taste that good going back up.
I rolled a 14. So +1, that's 15. So I'm riding high, I assume.
And healing D4 hit points.
And I rolled a D4. So doing pretty good.
Great. Does that mean you're back up to full?
Yes, it does. I'm back to 6 out of 6.
Excellent. Everybody, your agility is -1 for 1 hour.
In
But you've
addition
made
to
new
my
friends.
regular -1.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But you've made new friends. You know, the paisley bandana vixen comes up to you, Gilda, and holds your hair. That's very nice.
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
You're be welcome. It's... The sea legs are hard for landlubbers.
Yes. Right. Well,
Would gold cheer you up?
I look down at the sea.
Oh, gold is always welcome.
Because we be on a Navy vessel, and they be carrying gold somewhere. We just gotta find it.
I know, I've been looking for it. They hid it very well.
Aye, they always do, but we always find it.
I like the spirit. I'll start looking right now.
What say ye we all even split whatever gold we find? Are you in?
Sounds good.
As the pirates would say,
I like you. And so now you guys are free to explore. This is your GM speaking. The ship. Because there be treasure here. And if you find it, or if they find it, you get it.
Oh,
so there were areas that we hadn't explored.
Oh yeah, we only saw like the room that we were trapped in, the next room over, and then we came upstairs, really. Right?
Yes. And I'm going to describe the layout of the boat again. The ship. You're currently on the quarterdeck. It's the toppest one. There's lifeboats that are easy release. You've seen how effective those are. Those are accessible here. And you can see like the sky and stuff. So this is what this one's useful for. Below you is the main deck. You know that there's at least a galley in there. Below that is the lower deck. You know that there's at least some sleeping quarters there. And you haven't been further than that. There could be stuff in the hold.
Is there any sort of, like, captain's quarters that we know of?
Calico Jack slaps you on the shoulder and says, "There's the spirit! To the captain quarters!"
Aye, aye. I know if I was the captain, I would keep the gold as close to me as possible.
Smart lad.
I like this guy. He keeps saying good things about me. That is not most of my company usually. Aside from present company, of course.
We think you're very smart.
Thank you.
Very resourceful.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am. Yeah.
I will check out the hold if that's okay.
Yeah, are you guys splitting up or staying together?
Muriel will go with Gilda to the hold.
Okay. Tracey?
So we're splitting a little bit, it sounds like, because Tracey's going to check out the captain's quarters, right?
Okay, let's do you guys first in the hold, and then we'll go to Tracey. All right. Can you please roll a D100?
Both of us? One of us?
Yes, both of you. You both find in the hold.
48.
33.
48, the coolest thing you find in the hold, other than a bunch of, like, rice and, I don't know, boxes of food and stuff. With a 48, you find a multicolored feather. And the other number was?
33.
A 33, you find a jar of the finest tobacco.
Perfect for Muriel.
But you don't find any, like, treasure chests. You find a lot of, like, supplies. It's definitely, like, also people pay taxes in goods. Like, it's a cargo area. But you don't find, like, dollar bills, y'all.
Mm.
Yeah, but this is still valuable. I mean, this is, food.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can't eat gold.
So true.
Well, okay, except for that cousin of mine, but he was always a little special.
Muriel will pull out her pipe and immediately start smoking that tobacco.
Oh, sweet. Found the right person. Don't do that at home, kids.
Yes, smoking is bad, but in tabletop, it's okay.
It's okay if it's not real.
Yep.
Can we continue to search the hold, or is the hold now grayed out?
The hold has been searched. We're going to flip back to Tracey. Tracey, you are in the captain's quarters. First off, this is just nicer than everything else. Like, the sheets on this bed are much better quality than the hammock that everybody else was sleeping in. You can see why this is the captain, you know? It's a nice place. Yeah. The room is lit by a burning torch. A waxed canvas globe is attached via a very long chain to a wax-coated, completely watertight and air-sealed chest. It is locked. I can describe the lock, but let's just say it's not a keyhole. It's a very strange lock. Rather than a hole for a key, there's a dial with icons on it that can rotate and words around the dial. It looks complicated.
This looks like a smart person lock. Now, Tracey Cavote is not a smart little man, but I got some tricks up my sleeve. Can I put in password?
Oh, you'd like to know what icons are on the dial?
So probably not.
Well, I'll tell you what icons are on the dial. There's 7. Everyone can write them down. The first one is a broken oar. The second one is a waterfall. The third one is a palm tree. The fourth one is a cliffside. The fifth one is a burnt down cabin. The sixth one is a lagoon. The seventh one is a ship's wheel. And I should say that that's not the order they're in on the dial. The order doesn't matter. Don't worry about the order. I mean, I could make a 7 dial, but that sounds hard. That's not symmetric, so I'm not going to try it. But there are things opposite from one another and next to one another. And you can inquire about that at any time, and I will give you correct information.
Okay. So it's attached to the globe?
The chest has a lock on it that has symbols on it. The chest is chained to a globe that is filled with, it's like rigid, it's like a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a canvas globe. Yeah.
Is it a heavy globe?
When you go to lift it, it rises almost lighter than air.
Okay. So smashing it open is not an option.
You could smash anything you want, Tracey. The world is your oyster.
This is a regular non-smashing globe. Is there anything noticeable about the locations on the globe?
The globe is, I should have said sphere. It doesn't have like countries painted on it. It's a buoy, but I didn't want to just say that. It's a buoy. It's a flotation device to mark the location of the chest.
Oh, isn't that for water?
Yeah, if the chest goes over, they wanted to be able to recover it.
Oh. Okay. Can I call a friend?
Absolutely. And I'm going to figure out the order of the icons on this dial while you're doing that.
Perfect.
It does matter.
So I'll find the others and tell them I found something almost definitely important, and I need 2 other cents because my sense ain't good.
I will join you to try to work on this puzzle with you. Oh, I
Perfect.
do like a good puzzle.
She does. She's quite vicious when we have our puzzle nights. Never lets you get any of the end pieces.
Well, if you stopped hoarding them.
You have to do the outside first. You know this.
Yes, and I was doing the outside first. My outside. Anyway.
All right, I've got the dial for you guys. I drew it. All right. 1 and 7 are across from one another. Like 1's at the 12 o'clock and 7's at the 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 3 are across from one another. 4 and 5 are across from one another. And 6 is across from nothing because I did 7.
What is 6 adjacent to?
I'll go from 12 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1, 5, 3, 6, 7, 4, 2. But it really doesn't.
Whoa.
That doesn't matter at all. Okay. 1, 5, 3, 6 is just like crammed in there. And 7's at the 6 o'clock position. And then 4 and 2. But yeah, 2 and 3 are across from one another. 4 and 5 are across from one another. And 6 is just across from nothing.
Well, now, usually on some sort of password thing like this, one leaves a note somewhere to remind yourself.
There are tiny words around the dial. I will read them to you all. I hope you're ready. I'm just going to do one at a time. So there's like a ring of words, an inner ring of words, and an inner ring of words. So I'm going to read the outermost ring of words first. You guys, I'm going to tell you the order of the riddles at least. Okay, so there's 3 riddles to open this lock. The first one is... Okay, so let me describe the room again. The room is lit by a burning torch. A waxed canvas globe is attached via a very long chain to a wax-coated, completely watertight and air-sealed chest. There is a lock on the chest, but it's very strange. Rather than a hole for a key, there is a dial with icons on it that can rotate, and now I have drawn the dial. There are tiny words around the dial. I'm going to read the outermost ring of words. It says, "Set your course for the waterfall and ready a shanty. Set your course for the waterfall and ready a shanty. For singing near the lone palm tree will turn none into plenty. For singing near the lone palm tree will turn none into plenty." So it says, "Set your course for the waterfall and ready a shanty. For singing near the lone palm tree will turn none into plenty."
I think that means the waterfall's first, and then the palm tree.
Was that the first ring, or was that all of them?
That was just the first ring. I'm not going to confuse you guys by reading all of the rings. It's a lock. You got to do them in order.
Okay.
"Set your course for the waterfall and ready a shanty. For singing near the lone palm tree will turn none into plenty."
None of these look like a song, so the waterfall and the palm tree are the only 2, right? Unless the ship's wheel is setting a course.
Isn't another word for a cabin a shanty? No, that's a shack. Or maybe it is a shanty shack.
The lock glitters with magic every time you guys talk.
Oh, maybe we do need to sing to it.
Oh, no.
Set your course for the waterfall. What if we set it on the waterfall, and then we set it on the palm tree, and then we sing to it?
Is there any indicator of like a stop or an arrow or anything?
Every time when you turn the dial, it clicks past the 12 o'clock position. It makes a clicking sound as it goes past that 12 o'clock position.
Okay.
Like, Yeah, there's a little notch in there. Yeah.
Okay. I propose that we turn to the waterfall, start singing, and then turn to the palm tree.
Sure. I mean, there's no reason not to try it.
Sounds good.
Okay. I turn to the waterfall, and then I look expectantly to Muriel to sing.
Oh, is it my time? Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me. Okay. What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way up and she rises. Nope, I sang it wrong. Way up she rises. Way up she rises. Early in the morning, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, and she keeps going.
And then I turn into palm to the palm tree.
Do 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 do. The lock makes like that sound at you, and it like makes a very loud click, like a good click.
That was a good click.
I like that click.
What does the middle ring say?
It says, "Arrive at the cliff, but you can't see the stars in the light. Travel 6 paces to the northeast and wait until day turns to night." And I will read that again, don't worry. "Arrive at the cliff, but you can't see stars in the light. Travel 6 paces to the northeast and wait until day turns to night."
So we have to go to the cliff, and then which direction is northeast? Is it clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise. So then we need to rotate it 6 times clockwise?
And I'll read that again for everybody. "Arrive at the cliff, but you can't see stars in the light. Travel 6 paces to the northeast and wait until day turns to night."
Oh, wait. What's 6 slots away from the cliff?
Hold up. The wheel. The ship's wheel.
Okay, so let's try that.
So we'll turn to the cliff, and then we'll turn it to the wheel.
Do you wait? How long are you waiting? Just chilling?
What time of day is it?
It's currently sunlight. And there's a torch in here lighting the room.
Oh.
Take the torch out.
Do you extinguish the torch?
Sure.
It is dark in the room. There's a glow in the dark on the dial, and the burnt down cabin has stars behind it.
Oh. So we have to go from the cliff to the cabin.
Do you rotate the dial?
Yes.
Do 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 do. Rotating the dial clicks it very satisfyingly.
Okay.
Brilliant.
I'm a dwarf. I could probably see in the dark, but we'd turn on the torchlight again.
Right.
Yeah, that was my shout out to I have infravision. Go on.
Okay. The innermost ring of text reads, "In shallow waters near a lagoon. In shallow waters near a lagoon. The ship's wheel rests under waves. The ship's wheel rests under waves. It points in the direction of nearby caves. In shallow waters near a lagoon, the ship's wheel rests under waves. It points in the direction of nearby caves."
The wheel?
So it could be the lagoon, or it could be the one next to the lagoon, and then go to the ship wheel.
I think it's the lagoon and the ship wheel, and we need it to be underwater. So we'll need some water.
Tell me what you try and I'll tell you what happens.
Muriel will run to the galley and go get like a pitcher of water, or a bucket, a giant bucket.
You've got a bucket. You're back.
Wonderful. Let's throw it in the water, and then you can turn it that way.
All right. We'll put the chest in the water if it fits.
It floats, and the lock is submerged as you're doing the rotating of the dial.
Great. So we turn to lagoon and then the ship wheel.
Nothing happens.
Oh, maybe it needs to be out of the water for the lagoon part, and then under the water for the ship's wheel part.
Okay, we'll try that.
Nothing happens.
Oh, no.
The ship's wheel rests under waves. It points in the direction of nearby caves. Tracey, pick an icon, any icon, a number 1 to 7. Say that and we'll point it to it and see if it opens up.
Okay. I point at the broken oar.
Do 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 do.
Hey!
I took these all from the Pirate Borg book, and it was like, it's the one across the dial. And I was like, okay, and then I didn't draw the dial.
And you gave us 7 of them, so there is no direct across the dial.
Yeah. So that one I was just like, oh no. But anyway, you guys did really good.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, you opened the chest. Everyone, success. The chest opens. This is the the Navy's most precious items. Please roll a d20, everybody.
16.
I also rolled 16.
I also rolled 16.
Okay, everybody gets this and roll again.
17.
I also got a 17.
I got a 19 that time.
I'm going to do 17, 18, 19. You guys can pick who gets 17 and who gets 18. So first off, everybody gets a card. You get a card, and you all get Codex Tablet. This is number 16.
We get a car out of the chest?
We're doing the Oprah giveaway. Everyone reach under your chair. You've all gotten a Codex Tablet. So first, let me teach you how to use relics. Relics are special. They can be used to access ancient magical powers. They take 1 action to activate, and after you activate it, you test a Spirit DR12. If you fail, you are stunned for 1 round, and that relic can't be used until the next dawn. If you ever fumble when you use a relic, it's permanently destroyed, and you actually take D2 hit point loss. So that's how you use relics. It's a Spirit DR12. If you fail, you get stunned for a round. So your Codex Tablet that everybody reaches under the chair and gets a Codex Tablet is, if you would like to read and understand any language or glyph or runes, you can do that for 1 plus your spirit number of rounds. It's sort of like the Rosetta Stone tablet. It translates for you. And then individually, you've got, first off, number 19. Number 19, I think that was Tracey. Got a great old one figurine. It's like a little Cthulhu. 1 human is terrorized for D4 rounds unless they succeed a presence DR14 test. They can test each round. These are on page 62, by the way. And the 17, 18, I'll let you guys choose. 1 is a skeleton key that can open any door or lock but crumbles after 1 use. And the other is a mummified monkey head that can speak. And if it speaks to someone, like, you use it as a little puppet head, and that creature has to test Spirit DR12 or must obey a 1-word command.
Which one do you want, Greta? Gilda?
Probably the skeleton key, if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. This monkey hand will... head?
Mummified monkey head.
Mummified monkey head will look lovely on my mantle.
Then I guess I got the little Cthulhu guy?
Mm-hmm.
That works for me.
But there is no gold.
And you also get a bunch of gold. After splitting it evenly with the pirates, if you want to, it would be 200 each. Otherwise, it would be like more than that. Like twice as much, 400 each.
Oh, I don't think we want to be on the bad side of a pirate crew. We're already on the bad side of a Navy crew.
That's true, but also, if you think about it, more is better.
Yes, and it's twice as much as what you initially thought you were getting. Don't be greedy.
Okay. Tracey just kind of looks down, like ashamed, like they just got scolded.
Aww.
Because they did. Has the grog worn off yet?
Yeah. Somebody roll a D2.
1.
Okay, that all took you 1 hour. As you're exploring and as you're opening this captain's chest, a cloud passes between you and the sun, and the torchlight is all that's left in this room. That's odd.
Dragon attack?
Dragons!
Oh,
Where?
no. Did the crew come in here with us, or are they still out?
They're trying to find the captain's chest.
Oh.
That we just found and opened.
Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah.
So they're not in the captain's quarters with us?
Correct.
Okay. They're very bad pirates.
They're treating us as respected companions, not criminals.
Yes, but like ships only have so many places on them, and you would think as a pirate you would know where the captain's quarters would be. So if it's taking them this long to find the captain's quarters, I'm just saying they might not be very good pirates.
Maybe
They also
they've never
might be
seen
drinking
Captain's quarters.
a little more of the grog than we had.
Oh, that's a good reminder. And Muriel will take another.
Mechanically?
Huh?
Okay.
Sorry. No, she has a bottle of rum in her inventory, so she's taking a hit off of that, also smoking her pipe at the same time. Muriel goes hard.
This is just to keep you level.
Yeah,
Right.
This is just to keep her base, okay?
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Keeps the shakes away.
The Parkinson's. Oh,
I was just thinking the DTs, but okay.
who knows which it is? We're not sure anymore. Anyways,
Where are you heading?
I mean, we have this ship now,
Travel the world.
which I assume Calico Jack plans to do something with.
Yeah. You gonna find your pirates or?
Yeah, let's go find the pirates.
does he have any nice clothes in here first before we leave?
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Not only nice clothes for her gender, Navy Captain Rackham has nice clothes for the first mate George in here too, in case they have to go to dress parties.
Oh, they were lovers. Got it. Muriel will steal like a nice coat or something from the captain. Not a navy coat, a nice coat.
Nice. Gain a D2 of armor.
Thank you.
I am imagining that thing is trailing behind you by like 2 feet.
Yes, it is way too big. That's
You're 4 feet tall.
way too big for her. But she takes it anyways.
That explains why it's armor. They can't
Yep.
tell where you are in there. They just fired at the
Right.
wrong spot. Yeah.
It's like the opposite of 5 monkeys in a trench coat. It's 1 monkey in a trench coat. I don't know.
I think when we get back to shore, we should work on altering that for you.
Just cut off half of it and it's all enough.
Yes, well, also the sleeves and the shoulders. It will be quite fetching when it's done, though.
Ah, but I can attack people with these long sleeves and she'll start whipping them around. Watch out for the buttons. They'll take out your eye. All right, let's go find that handsome pirate captain.
Oh, real quick, is there any fancy hats that I can plunder?
Absolutely.
I would like to take one of those and replace my current hat.
You get a D2 armor hat.
I am going in style.
Is it too big for his head?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I love it. It's like head. It covers almost the entire head.
But it has holes for the horns.
Wait, 1 second, Tracey. I get out the multicolored feather that I got as treasure earlier, and I like carefully pin it into the hat, so it's a beautiful plume.
Turns out it's a
Tracy.
magical feather and it does something awful when you put it on somebody.
Oh, I hope not.
I can pull this off. This is my kind of hat for sure now. Thank you very much.
It is quite striking.
Tracey tips his hat as far as he's able to tip it.
Which is pretty far considering how big it is on you, right?
Probably not very far at all if there's holes for the horns.
Oh, right, because you're a jackalope. Oh, did we need to cut holes for your antlers?
Yeah, I probably would have to. Either that or I could just hang it off one of the horns. It could be like a, I don't know, like a, whatever.
An ornament?
You know, yeah, like an ornament. You know, like Christmas trees. Christmas trees are cool as heck. They got tons of stuff hanging off of them.
Yeah. All right, the door opens and Captain Calico Jack says, "The treasure! Great job, my new pirate crew." And you guys split it appropriately because you said you would.
Yep.
And then you notice it's still really dark in here. It's just lit by the light of the torch.
Is there by any chance a huge storm outside, Captain?
It be weaving very nice and gentle-like. I don't think that's a storm, but that doesn't mean it's not danger. And he winks at you. and then heads out to fight the danger, like draws sword, rushes towards.
Doesn't even know if there is danger. He's just going out.
Doing it.
I
Just like
his
a man,
style.
always got to pull out his piece.
No comment.
I take a deep sigh and start walking towards the door.
Yep.
Tracey, you go into the quarterdeck too?
I sure do. I want to see what's going on.
Great. You're all on the quarterdeck. And you see something. It's weird. It's sort of like a coral island, and sitting on it are 3 mermaids. They have long tails, scale-covered tails, and they are giggling with one another, and the giggling is the most beautiful sound you have ever heard.
Muriel immediately turns off her hearing aids.
Muriel, you are immune.
She's seen this movie.
You're immune. Yep.
I don't think this is a story that Gilda knows. This is a seafaring adventure story, so I don't think I'm familiar with it.
What does Gilda read? What's Gilda's book of choice for book club? Cookbooks.
Yeah.
That's why we never read them, and when it's your turn for book club for choosing the book, is we're like, she's just gonna choose another freaking cookbook. Like, they're not readable, Gilda. There's no story.
But see, if you read one, Muriel, your food would anyway. So
Yeah, we
love
need to move on real fast.
Danger. Danger.
Yeah, Muriel likes the fantasy swashbuckling. That's not a word. Swashbuckling. Yeah, so she's
Swahili.
read this. She's read this story. She knows what these things are.
Tracey, are you covering your ears in any way?
Well, depending on how big that head is, that might already be covering my ears.
Tracey, we'll give you a 50-50 for every
I'll toss
every
a coin.
time. All right. Good. So, everyone, please roll a spirit check. Except if you have your hearing aid turned off. And please roll a D2 first. If it's a 2, you don't have to make this roll.
that's for Tracey, right?
For Tracey, yeah.
I got a 16 total.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
You want me to flip a coin to see if I have to do the check at all, right?
Yes.
I did roll a 2. I mean, flip the 2. It's virtual. Flip it.
You're fine. You're all fine. However, Calico Jack and the mustachio eye patch pirate and the vixen wearing a paisley bandana are looking at these mermaids like they're the most beautiful thing they've ever heard. And they each learn one true thing about their future. You guys don't. But you're also not staring adoringly into their faces as the mermaids, when they open their mouths to sing, have very sharp teeth.
Do we get to hear what their truths are for their future, or is that something they only hear for themselves?
They only hear for themselves, and you guys would have each heard for yourself, but that's okay.
At least we're not charmed.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure what they're hearing for their future is watery
Death.
grave, very imminent.
Lots of pain.
And to facilitate that, there is an island under these mermaids of coral. It's beautiful. It's all the colors. But it is not stationary. And it is getting closer and closer to the ship. In fact, it's not a crew combat, you guys. This is a melee combat. This isn't a ship-to-ship combat. This thing is right up on your ship because nobody's steering this one. Calico Jack is distracted as the coral shuggoth approaches. This abomination from a forgotten age has grown to resemble their surroundings. It's extremely intelligent. And the first thing it does is a very gentle hydrothermal breath. As it breathes out for 10 feet, it's sort of like a cone attack. As it sprays boiling hot, deep ocean vent water over, unfortunately, all 3 pirates and you guys. Everybody, please roll a d20 to see if it hits you. And add your agility. It's going to cook its food.
16.
3.
Oh no, Muriel's also cooked. She got a 4.
How did you get a 3, Tracey? Because isn't your agility +3?
Oh, well, it's 6 with the agility.
Okay. All right. So that means that Muriel and Tracey, you guys didn't get 12?
Mm-mm.
Right. And Gilda got 12?
I got a 16.
Yeah. Yes. So Gilda, describe how you don't get boiled.
Well, avoiding steam is, of course, it's cooking 101, with which, anyone who read a cookbook would know. I'm just I don't know.
It's just a frown and a shaking of the head.
Stay out of the way. Yeah.
Well, Muriel can't hear her anyways because her hearing aids are off.
Yeah, exactly. So she doesn't hear me insulting her.
She can feel the vibe. She can feel Gilda's vibe. Like, she just instinctively knows that Gilda is insulting her cooking again.
It's just, it's just the judgy look that I give you.
Everybody who got hit, please take 1 hit point of damage from the hydrothermal breath.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that was its surprise round.
Does your armor,
Yes.
your D2...
Roll a D2, and actually you can never be damaged by this because you have armor. It'll always be at least 1.
Oh, that's true.
You're safe from cooking.
That means I'm safe too.
Yes.
Because of
You
the
just-
cool hat.
Good.
You just got a little soggy.
Yeah.
Right.
Still
And
cool
so
hat.
that was the surprise round. If you guys could please roll a D6, we're going to see who goes first in the first actual round. It is a combat.
I rolled a 5.
Do we all roll?
And just some first one to do it works. And
Great.
5 was the one you wanted. You guys can go first. I will say
Excellent.
Calico Jack, the pirate with the paisley bandana, that vixen, and the mustachioed eye patch are all deep in the thrall of the sirens as it's kind of gruesome to describe, but they would definitely all get eaten if you weren't here. Like, they would be so out of luck. Yeah, it's really not good. They're walking closer. It's trying to cook them. It's not good.
What happens if... I'm trying to think of a cool thing she might have on her. Like some cotton or something. She rips some of the sleeves on the coat and stuffs some of the cotton into Calico Jack's ears.
Make a roll for Calico Jack.
What? D20?
Yes. I think there's no modifiers to this because I don't think Calico Jack has any. So if you just get a 12 or higher, Calico Jack is mind freed.
18.
Calico Jack looks around and is like, freaks out, and then looks at you and just, honestly, I'm going to go with gives you a big old hug, like very appreciative, like thank you, like a genuine thank you from deep in this pirate's eyes, like,
Oh, she like fondles him a little. She's got a little booty squeeze in there.
oh my gosh. He's very into that. And he rushes over to help the paisley bandana vixen pirate and the bushy mustachioed eye patch pirate. That's going to be his next 2 turns, is saving his friends. But that gold tooth glitters in his mouth as he smiles at you so big. And he goes, Muriel, my dear, thank you.
Now we have to roll to see if Muriel can read lips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're not sure what he said, but it looked appreciative. Okay.
She'll take it.
That was your turn. You took an action.
Yeah.
Tracy and Gilda can take an action too. There are 3 sirens sitting on a coral shoggoth.
So this creature, the big coral rock, does it have like visible like facial features, like eyes and mouth and whatnot?
Every coral hand has an eye in the middle of the tentacles.
Hey.
So many eyes. Yeah. How did you know?
Is there any visible mouth, like that might chomp?
Do you want to know? But yeah, there's a lot of mouths. There's a lot happening here. There's a beautiful picture on page 103 in the GM guide, but you can look at that later. It's a lot of mouths. And actually, it is in the water next to the ship, so I guess you could broadside it. I'm not saying that you can't take ship actions. You can hit it with a cannon. Yeah.
I want to hit it with a cannon.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, let me go back to the ship's stats. Firing broadsides. Roll a d20. Add your presence.
I rolled a 15. My presence is 0.
And also add the crew skill, which is +2 for man of war. I don't think it gets that bonus because it doesn't have the appropriate number of crew anymore. So we're just going to ignore that. You don't get that bonus. It's a minimum 50 people to crew this huge ship. There were many lifeboats, I guess we should say. Go ahead and roll 3d10 for hitting it with cannons.
I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 6.
5, a 4, and a 6.
15.
Roll a d4 for its armor. It has coral armor.
2.
You. I don't make any rolls this game.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, a 2. Okay, got it. I thought you said who. Okay, that's only 13 damage then. So what is 50 minus 13?
37.
37 hit points left. It doesn't look all that injured, but the spray of coral fragments is really good for the ocean. You're basically like planting little corals that are going to grow. You're restoring the coral reef.
Oh. It takes coral like hundreds of years to grow. I feel really bad that we're destroying this.
But you're not just destroying it. You're spraying fragments of coral in the shallows.
We are propagate. What is the word? Propagating?
Yeah. You're propagating coral, and it'll take it like 1,000 years to become a shoggoth again.
I'll take the win. This might balance out some of my previous ideas that have very not helped the environment.
That ends your turn.
So I'm gonna lean over the railing and try to I'm gonna try to sway the siren ladies.
Oh, you're gonna try to sway them. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. What ability is this?
I mean, presence.
Okay.
I don't have any like special move here or anything. Just I'm gonna call out to the siren ladies and say, hey, ladies who live on this giant monstrous coral, have you ever considered vocational school or another path to your lives? You know, there's some very nice guilds in Nicomoy that you might join and develop a trade and a skill beyond just singing on a rock and luring people to their deaths.
Roll a d12 or roll a 12 or higher to succeed at this.
Okay. With presence, yes.
I think it says that Siren's song, like convincing people, is spirit too. So whatever's higher for you, spirit or presence.
Well, presence is higher.
Okay, yeah.
But even with spirit, I would have had a 14. So
Yes.
14 or 16.
Okay, the sirens, they look at you and they stop singing first off. So that immediately frees the other two pirates. And they pause to have a conversation with you about how you said the community college?
I suggested that, so they could attend school and perhaps, learn a trade or some skills that may be more profitable to them than luring people to their deaths on a monstrous coral reef.
But I cannot pay for community college tuition. Who will pay for that for me? It's expensive. I hear it costs 20 gold per semester, and I just don't have it.
Tracey's getting a very bad feeling about where this conversation is going.
I feel like, allow me to suggest that you could work part-time, earn a little cash to afford your tuition. Let me introduce you to this guild that I belong to. We do odd jobs. I've just picked up 200 gold. It could easily pay for a few semesters, and you'd be learning valuable skills for yourself.
Roll a presence, DR 14. Next turn, not this turn.
Okay. Great.
If you get, I think, 3 successes, I will give it to you. But
okay,
it's going to take a while, maybe. I don't know. They might eat you.
They might.
They've got a lot of options of which to do so, apparently.
We could always sponsor them. Set up a scholarship.
I did the quick math, and I think it'd be better if they worked as fire-breathing kittens, and then afford school, and I don't know.
Get in on the ground floor. Do something with your life that besides scamming people. Find a job, work hard. Working hard always works. Tracey has gotten this talk a couple times from his dad before, so he knows exactly what tone to use and when to point.
It's the Coral Shoggoth's turn. It does a Coral Spike Bash. Everyone is in its path. Everyone do an agility DR 10 or take D8 damage each.
I got a 10.
You pass.
Just barely.
Oh, we're rolling a D10?
You're rolling a D20 and you're trying to get 10 after adding your agility modifier.
Muriel got an 8.
Do you have any devil's luck?
I have 1.
Okay, well, you're gonna weigh the options because this is a D8 of damage.
Yes.
And Tracey?
Oh, I rolled a 19.
You're fine, you're fine.
Doing A-okay.
Trying to find the devil's luck again. Oh.
I sent it in the group chat a while ago.
I'm pulling it up. Thank you, though. I will lower damage dealt to me by a D6
All right.
and have my fingers crossed.
Yeah? What'd you get?
Yep.
Do you need someone to roll the D8 for damage?
3.
GM?
Oh, I don't roll any dice here. I have no dice. You guys
Muriel?
roll all your own dice.
Yes.
Muriel, I'm rolling your D8 for the damage that is inflicted on you.
Thank
I got
you.
a 7. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. -3. So that's a 4. But then I have D2 of armor.
Yes, roll a D2.
So- Okay. I got a 2.
Great. You subtract that damage by 2.
Okay. So I took 2 damage.
How many hit points do you have left?
4.
All right. That's better than dead.
Yes. Very much better than dead.
Collectively, your pirate friends deal 10 damage to the Coral Shoggoth. It's at 27 hit points. All right. I think that was the end of the round, right? Yeah, we're all nodding.
It was the Shoggoth's turn. They did the damage.
Yeah, and the
Yes.
sirens talk to you instead of doing anything. We're at the top of the round. Somebody roll a d6.
I got it. 6.
Nice.
That means you guys go first. First off, you're going to do another 10 damage to the Coral Shoggoth from your friends. Good pirates. It's down to 17 hit points.
Good job. Very proud of them.
Yeah, I'm going to keep talking to the sirens and negotiating the possible life that they could have in Nikomoy.
Roll a presence DR 14.
I'm going to use my devil's luck to re-roll that 1.
Good choice.
20.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Yep.
That counts for 2 successes. So that means you clear the challenge and describe what happens. Like, where do you envision these sirens ending up? What are they doing with their lives?
So I'm basically convincing them to move to Nikomoy and get part-time jobs. I suggest that they could join the Firebreathing Kittens, but if that's not to their liking, there's plenty of opportunities. Nikomoy is a big, bustling city, plenty of places to live. In fact, I rent a room over a bakery, and as it turns out, my landlord has another room available. It's not too expensive, and that they, enroll themselves in the community college to get an education. I'm certain they've been sorely neglected out here, and I would be happy to catch up with them periodically just to make sure that you're doing all right, girls.
We have been neglected. The sirens point to, like, Calico Jack and ask you, are there more like him on land?
I mean, in what way like him?
Well, he just seems very dashing. Oh, look at that one gold tooth.
I know, right? It's very... Oh, wait. Muriel can't hear. Never mind.
I look over at Calico Jack. I'm like, well, I suppose he's quite good looking for his type, I suppose. Yes. There are very many conventionally attractive persons in Nikomoy.
Meanwhile,
I mean,
I'm
just
still,
look at
like,
us. I gesture at
I am
Muriel and Tracey.
mid about to light the cannon again with the match, but like the sound is muffled, so I'm just like, do I do it? What's happening here?
The sirens hop off of the coral shuggoth, and as they land on the deck, their fins turn into feet, and they're wearing beautiful gossamer skirts that shimmer like scales. Blast away, Tracey.
Yeah.
Because I did the math, and 17 out of 50 is 34, which is not 33, so it doesn't have a morale check. It is going to try to blow you all up, so...
Sounds good to me. Now go for a cannon blast again.
Firing broadsides. Roll a d20 and add your presence.
I rolled a 20.
You guys. Roll 3d10. And then double it.
I rolled a 10, a 9, and a 7.
Yeah.
So if my math is right, that's a lot of damage.
It had 17 hit points, so that's a lot more than that.
That is more than a lot of damage. That is extremely super dead damage.
Yeah, it is. Describe the coral propagation.
Okay, science lesson for y'all. I shoot a cannonball really good. I like that sucker. It goes straight through this thing. It just explodes into millions of thousands of pieces and just rains down on us like this beautiful glitter to celebrate our glorious accomplishment over unemployment and the giant coral rock. I'm proud of myself.
Confetti.
Sharp confetti.
The pirates cheer and hold one another, and Muriel's invited in by Captain Calico Jack into that group hug. There's some butt grabs.
She turns her hearing aids back on.
I don't know, I guess I'll just start dancing, you know? Feels like a celebratory thing to do, you know, confetti's coming down. I don't have any eye protection, but I got small eyes.
Tracy just starts dancing. I need that to be the end of every adventure for Tracy, is that he just starts... Well, and then we defeated him, and then I just started dancing.
Like I'm a video game character in an RPG.
You all gather round, sharing grog and hearty biscuits. You have your heart's content of the galley. You can cook with whatever seasoning suits your preference. You tell tall tales late into the night. The grog gets to your head a bit, and you slumber peacefully. When you wake up, the three of you and some sirens, are in a dinghy. That accursed salt and pepper sea dwarf? Calico Jack has left you floating. And there's an amendment to this. The original ending was going to say, penniless, no tax money riches to be seen. But Muriel, you snuck into his heart.
Oh.
You have all of your gold that you got and a note. And it says, my dear Muriel. And it is a map to Calico Jack's home base if you ever want to go on an adventure with him again.
Oh, yes. That's going in my next adventurer's wish list.
That's in your hope chest.
Yes.
As the skyline of the city of Nicomoy is in sight, he left you, of course, with oars with which to paddle your way to shore, and the sirens, probably hop out and help push. And you guys, loaded with gold, spices, weird translator tablets, and other strange relics, have concluded a successful adventure. This is much better than being in jail. Good job, you guys.
Right.
Yay.
Good adventure.
Yeah.
Joining us this time were Muriel.
I swear I'm a good cook. She just doesn't understand.
Gilda.
Look, it's very simple. Salt equals flavor. The road to Flavor Town is paved with salt. That's all. It's very simple. Simple math.
And Tracey Cavorte.
Financially speaking, I am no worse off, but mentally speaking, I have been irreversibly damaged by this.
Because of the dancing?
No, the dancing was the best part. I'm talking about the losing money part.
Oh no, you got a bunch of money.
I got money? I missed something.
Yes,
Yeah, we got to
because
keep it.
Muriel
We
got
got to
into
keep
Calico
it.
Jack's heart. You got to keep all your money. It wasn't
All
going to
of
end
us
up that
kept
way.
our money.
But
Yes.
she saved his life. So you have
Okay.
so much money. You guys have about $1,000 of US dollars.
Never mind, then. This is the greatest day of my life. I will definitely not spend it all.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you try Pirate Borg yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.